Okay, and we are live. Just trying to get you set up here. It's like a weird shadow. Okay, so today we are making 3 fun cupcake toppers for summer. And I'm just finishing getting my melts kind of colored and mixed up here. Oh, this one definitely needs to go back in the microwave. Okay, so I've added some blue color to one and some red to another, keeping one of them just plain white. This one we're going to do some yellow. Let's get my... Hello, thank you for joining. There's just some yellow food color. Usually I put it through like a sifter, but I'm just going to mix it in. That looks good. I'm just going to thoroughly mix our yellow in here. Sometimes the pieces break up easily, sometimes they don't too much. And also this one seems like it might need a little bit more. I don't want it quite that bright. It's a little more pastel than I intended it to be. All right, so I'm adding some more in here because it's like a nice, just kind of, deep, basic yellow. And it's looking a bit pastel, so adding a bit more in there. Stir. Okay, it's getting a little bit better. It's getting a little bit darker. Oh, hi. Carly, my daughter wants to know if you used a special mic for your creme brulee croissant ASMR video. I actually didn't. That was just my phone recording it, and I was like, the phone was right there, right next to it. So that was just my phone microphone. So satisfying. I know. I was very excited. I rarely get to do ASMR stuff, and I was like adamant that I get to do it on that one. Okay, just little stubborn pieces that are not completely mixing in, so I'm just kind of pressing them to the side to kind of break them up. But in the meantime, I'll keep working on that in just a sec. I'm gonna get my other one out. It should be pretty much melted. We're also gonna pop chocolate in there. Let's check on this one. Okay, these are nice and good to go. And with that one, we're gonna add a bright pink. So we're using the Lumo Cosmo Pink. They're by Rolcom like I've done before. If you want really bright neon colors, these are perfect for, especially like summertime. That was good. And these powders actually have an easier time of mixing into colors, or into the candy melts that I've noticed, so. I wish all the powders had an easier time of mixing into the color, but, or mixing the color into the candy melts. Hello. Enjoying a visit with you on my day off. Oh, yay, happy day off. Thank you so much for stopping by the live. We're just mixing up some colors right now because we're gonna make some fun summer cupcake toppers. Okay, that's what I want, is like a almost bubblegum pink. And see that one, it mixes, you're seeing less streaks and nice little pieces. It mixes easier than other brands. That was really quick. And it's a nice, just very vibrant neon color. Okay, I'm just gonna get that out for a sec. And then check on my yellow here. Do those work for buttercream? That's a good question. I don't think I've actually tried it with buttercream yet. I think I usually just use the Wilton food gel colors, and I use like my immersion blender to help mix the colors into it and like get really deep, vibrant colors. But that's a good question. I should try using that. I know that some people I've seen them use the color mill. Like I use this, a combination of actually these two to make this blue and then kind of the same thing to make this red over here. But that's a good question. I have not tried the powder ones with buttercream. Bubblegum pink, yes. Very, very bubblegum pink. Okay, still some little pieces in this yellow one. Mixed and okay, I can feel it thickening up a bit, so it might need a little bit more heat. Yes, love color mill. I finally just started using it, as you know, within like the past year-ish, and so far I'm really enjoying it. Kind of troubleshooting it first, but I really like, especially being able to add colors to candy melts and not have to buy the colorful candy melts that are kind of waxy and like too oily when you melt them down. Let's see. Okay, mixing up our chocolate. I definitely will need some more time. Yeah, there's still, it started to melt, but it's not where it needs to be. Okay. And I'm gonna go 20 seconds because I want to make sure I do not burn them. And then we're gonna pop this in there because you can see it's already thickening up quite a bit. So my plan is we're gonna do two different versions of an ice cream cone cupcake topper. And then also we are gonna attempt and see a beach ball with this color in the middle right here. I've had the idea for a while. I haven't tried it yet. So we're going on this adventure together and see how it works. Okay, let's finish mixing our chocolate here. Oh yes, it smells so nicely. Just gonna strain. There's like one little piece that didn't melt just yet. Beautiful. Okay, that one's done. Popping this back in the microwave. Only doing 20 seconds. Just want to make sure, as I always say, not to burn them because it's not fun to have to throw them away and start again. So we're going to be using Lindor truffles, and I prefer dark chocolate if I can get it, because it helps to balance out the sweetness when it's covered by the melts. Hello, thank you for joining. So we're going to be using these for all of our cupcake toppers today. I love being able to use a piece of candy and be able to like change it into something really fun. So that's my favorite way of making cupcake toppers. I'm not a fan of using fondant. Not a fan of the taste of it and everything. So I much prefer to be able to use something that is tasty and tastes more edible, if you will. What are you baking or making? Thank you. Great question. We are making summer cupcake topper ideas today. I'm just mixing, trying to get this yellow to finish mixing in this color here. You can see some little pieces still mixed, aren't you? Okay. This one might not want to cooperate with me today, but we're going to roll with it anyway. I've done that before and it still looks good. It's still some little pieces. I like an emulsifier for the thing. My daughter is one of the few people I know that likes to eat fondant. Yeah, I know a few people that love fondant, and I'm like, as a kid, I think I was more excited about it. I don't like fondant either. Yeah. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, I'd rather not. Even buttercream is like, I'll have a little bit of it, but my favorite part of if I have like a cake or a cupcake is I always put a fun filling, as I always call them, either ganache or pastry cream or anything like that. I always love that with the cake, not so much the buttercream or especially fondant. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna work with the fact that that's not fully done. We're probably gonna have to remelt these in a little bit anyway, but we're gonna set those to the side because those are our 3 colors. We're gonna go on top, and where is there? Okay, so I'm using this little metal stick tool that we usually use for a cake tester, but I also like to dip stuff with it. So let's do this one. And then already has a nice little opening. And I pop these in the refrigerator because it is obviously getting quite warm and the center is very melty. So to give it a little bit of structure on the inside, popped it in the fridge for a little bit. Okay. Oop, better close that. Okay. So let's check on our whites to see if we need to. Oh yeah, that's thickening up a little bit. So I'm gonna pop that in there for like 15 seconds. Okay, and then unwrap my other ones in the meantime. Stay. Okay. Okay, so we're dipping this one now because I want it to have time to set, obviously, before we do our other colors. Like I said, this is an idea I've had for a while, but it's an experiment today, so. Okay. Just dip in. I want to make sure it's fully covered. There we go. Get all that excess off. We don't want a lot of pooling to happen. If I can, I'm going to tap. I think I want this to be my top. Oop. Okay, I'm going to use a fork to get this off. Gently. There we go. Okay, now we're going to set this to the side. Yay, okay. Next, oh, I kind of count up in the chat. I'll see fancy thing cakes, and I know the cake itself tastes great, but that fondant, no thanks. Yeah, I totally get it. It's like, it's gorgeous. It's such a cool way of decorating. It's just, I usually just peel it off if I really want to try the cake itself. Hello, what are you making? Hi, thanks for joining. We're making some summer cupcake toppers, and we're gonna move on to our other ones while we let that set. Okay, so we're gonna be doing these two over here. I think I'm gonna work with chocolate because that one is newly melted and still nice and thin. This one, I might need to pop in the microwave for just a little bit, but we are going to take a little ice cream cone. They have ones that are filled with like chocolate and stuff. I am out of those at the moment and I am expecting some soon, but you can also just cut the tip off of a sugar cone if you prefer. Takes a little more time, but you can also use the sugar cone for like the excess pieces for some fun little treats and stuff. Anyway, we're going to dip our cone, and then I want to, I think I want this part. We're just gonna let this set. Oop. We want that to kind of keep it together so that we can actually fully dip it. I need to set it to the side for just a sec while it's hardening. Stay. And then we're gonna do the same thing with our pink here. I'm gonna pop this in the microwave for maybe like 10 seconds. That's a cool idea. Thank you. What if you add cake inside the cone? Oh, you definitely could do that for sure. Yeah, you could do like cake pop dough. You could also do, I've seen some people do little M&Ms. You are so slow, move it on. If you're not enjoying it, then you don't have to stay if you don't want to. This is what real time looks like. You can't speed it up. Yes, cake pop dough. You definitely can do that. I've seen some people do like mini M&Ms, all that kind of fun stuff. So a whole bunch of stuff you could do with it. Like I told the cone to stay like I was a dog. Yeah, I feel like I have a tendency to do that. Just like, stay, don't move. Okay, so same thing with our next one. Okay, just gonna hold that for a sec. Oh, my sister's in the chat. Lois needs to leave. If Lois is respectful and not pushy, then she can stay. If she doesn't understand real-time stuff, then she doesn't need to stay. Okay, hold up there for another second. And then set it over there. Okay, gonna move that out that way. And I think, okay, that's not quite set. So I'm gonna get a little baby plate and put these in the freezer just so that they'll harden a teensy bit faster. Okay, so I'm gonna pop those in the freezer just to make sure they're nice and solid so that they'll actually stay. Okay. You make me want to bake. Oh, thank you. And you should bake. It's a lot of fun. You can make so many different things. And even if you're kind of newer to baking or kind of nervous about baking, you can always start with no-bake treats. Like these are all no-bake cupcake toppers. I love them because it's just using candy that you can easily find at the store. I'm trying to take this little piece of cone out here. It's stuff that you can easily find at the store and can kind of make into some fun stuff. Just like cookie pops. That's a great way to start, is just dipping cookie pops or that kind of fun stuff. Okay, making sure our melts are still looking nice and melty. We're looking good. And that should be all it needs. It's very, very quick. Okay. So nice and solid, and that's our little like glue to keep this on here. So now let's dip. I'm gonna make sure it's fully covering the truffle and the top of the cone. And I'll leave it in there for too long. We don't want that heat to start to melt anything and let it pop off the cone, if you will. I'm gonna tap the bottom to get that little part to kind of settle. And it'll even kind of make a little ruffly part right there. It kind of looks like the bottom of an ice cream scoop. I'll also get some air bubbles out by doing little tap, tap, taps like this. Oh, it went down even further than I expected. Let's see, look out. It looks like a real ice cream scoop. Okay, now I have to hold this for a second. So if anybody wants to pop in the chat, feel free to ask any questions or let me know what kind of fun summer stuff you have coming up. They're already adorable. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna be holding this for a second. So I'm gonna see if I can actually try and dip this at the same time. Let's see if I can make this work. It looks delicious. Thank you. I know, it's like truffle waffle cone. How can you go wrong? Okay, we're taking this one and we're once again fully dipping. But this one is going to be a little bit different because it's a little oops ice cream cone. We want that excess on there. Actually, want probably even a little bit more excess. A little more swooping. And set it to the side. It needs a little bit more. Come here. We want the excess this time. I can kind of use it to spread it around. So it's an ice cream cone that dropped. I've seen one of my baking friends, Cake by Rach, on Instagram and TikTok. She's been making a lot of cute little like popsicles and ice cream cones that have fallen as cupcake toppers recently. So I had to try a little version really quick, and it's already starting to set by itself. Perfect. Okay, and on this one, I can still see there's a little bit of shininess there, a little bit of matte right there, so that started to set, but we're still waiting over here. So I'm gonna hold on to this while I catch up in the chat. I don't have anything planned for summer other than working out, studying, and getting my baking skills better. That's awesome. What kind of stuff are you planning on baking? What about you? I feel like the summer is so busy. I have a lot of projects I want to work on, especially getting ahead for fall because I love the holiday season, but I feel like I'm always so busy. So I'm trying to get content stuff planned and done early so I have more time to be able to produce even more content during that time of year because it is my favorite time of year. You're making me hungry. I'm planning on visiting a lot. I'm planning lots of visits to Thorncrag Bird Sanctuary this summer. Oh, that's cool. Do you like to do like bird watching? I've never been to a bird sanctuary before. Someone says, hi, thank you for joining. Thank you, Lois. I like that you say it's cute. I think this might be finally set just enough. Yes, we're gonna set this down. Okay, and then we're gonna leave that one. We're gonna come back to this one, which is set, and we can break off this little excess stuff right here. You're very good at cooking. Oh, thank you so much. I'm there right now, and yes, I love birds. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get my little paring knife to cut off this excess, because it's gonna bug me if I don't. Trying to round it out a bit. Okay. Strip off our little excess pieces over here. Okay, so not perfect, but when you're gonna set on a cupcake, it just goes like this, so you're not gonna see the bottom. Okay, I'm thinking, this one I've still been working out in my head. Let's see. So we have our colors, which definitely need some microwave time. So I'm thinking a food brush. Like I said, this one is fully an experiment that I've never tried before. Let's grab a few. I guess these ones. Okay, so some thin food brushes, not very thick bristles on top here. Which state are you located, if you're comfortable saying? Oh yeah, I think I've mentioned before I'm in California, so I'm on West Coast time. What's up? Sorry I missed the beginning. No worries, thank you for joining. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the microwave. This one by itself, these ones are kind of more set a little bit, so. I'm gonna start with like 15 seconds and go from there. I'm in Maine. Oh, nice. I've only visited like 2 other states. I have not had the opportunity to travel much yet. I'm really hoping to add that to, at some point that would be really cool to add like travel food content to the channel, but yeah. Let's check on our colors. Okay, still a little bit thick. Still need just a little bit more time. We've also got to mix the red, and that definitely needs more time. The outside is thick. Okay. Come meet me in CT. That's Connecticut, right? It's been a while since I've done the States, sorry. Solo travel somewhere at least once. It's very liberating and builds confidence. I've thought about that. But I also have my dog, and she is what I believe people call a Velcro dog. Oh, and it's already turning out cool. Thank you. And yes, oh yes, I'll definitely have to add. It would be so fun to go visit baking friends around the country because I feel like we're all so spread out that would be a really fun trip to do. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, I think we're looking good on blue. Let's check our red. Okay, we're looking good. It's nice and melty. And gotta look at the yellow. It's still a little bit loosey-goosey, but I'm gonna pop it in there for like 10 seconds. This is so cute. Thank you. Okay, I think we can move this one. I don't want it to get any kind of other colors on it unintentionally. We can kind of break off that little bit right there. It's our little fallen cone. We can add some sprinkles to that in a little bit. Let me grab a yellow. Still trying to mix in those little yellow pieces. Even when I use the sifter sometimes, it doesn't always actually get the clumps out, so there we go. I'm back. Okay. Okay. I think we're looking pretty good. Now time to try this and see how it works. And then we can road trip to foodie places in New York, which is an hour from me. Oh, that would be so much fun. Truly classic beach ball colors. Yes. I figured I should go for the classics to start with the first experiment with this. So I have my little food brushes here, and I'm just going to try to, because I know it's like 6 pieces, and then it alternates like white and the different colors. So I'm going to attempt to do like a 6th painted, and we'll see how it works. Let's start with red. I think I want to cover up these little air bubbles. That's also the beauty of being able to use candy melts. You can cover up your mistake sometimes. Make sure it goes all the way to the top. I like painting with candy melts. It's not something I get to do very often, but painting with mediums that usually you don't paint. Also, like when I did some Van Gogh cupcakes a couple of years ago, it took a lot of time, but it was a lot of fun to do Starry Night cupcakes. it expands a little bit in the middle. Okay, might need to add more to that in a second, but I'll add a little bit more right now. I can tell it's a little bit too thin. I'm gonna thicken it up a little bit to actually be a sixth of the beach ball here. But I'm trying to also work quickly so it doesn't set on me while I'm in the middle of working. But I'm also trying to make it thin. There's a lot of things to remember while doing this. I can tap it to be a little bit smoother. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. What do you guys think? Not too bad for painting candy melts. Stay. You should remind the viewers that you have no formal training. That is true. I do not have formal training. It's all from YouTube tutorials is how it started, and then just trying fun things and being inspired by other baking creators and all that kind of fun stuff. Yes, my degree, I did go to college, is actually in chemistry, concentration forensics, and I also minored in music. So it's really fun to tell people that kind of stuff when I meet them, because it's like whiplash when they're like, wait a second, you bake now, but you got this degree. So that's always a lot of fun. Okay, I think this looks like a third-ish. Okay, thicken it up a little bit. The red could probably be thicker too, but I'll have to try this again. But thank you all for being here for the first time of trying this. I knew the ice cream cones would work, because those are just easy peasy. Okay, that's kind of a third-ish. Maybe make it just a little bit bigger on the side. Trying to get off this excess too. Go away. Okay, it doesn't have the complete shape that it usually does, but we're making it work. Okay, let's move on to blue. And carefully, this one's gonna be a little bit tricky. Start at the top and go this way. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger on both sides. Okay, it kind of looks like a beach ball. Not as perfect as I would hope, but I think it looks decent. Let me get this excess off the bottom here, because I know it's gonna smoosh. Okay. Stay. Oh no! Blue from my finger got right there. Off. There we go. Okay. On my Christmas cake, I use inverted sugar cones as fir trees. Ooh, I love that. That sounds really pretty. Is it, I'm trying to remember, I don't think I've used inverted sugar before. Is it kind of like, is it just like a sugar, like melted sugar that you work with? Is it like isomalts? I don't think I've used that one before. The cake is spiced with cream cheese frosting and the balls look great. Thank you. And that sounds really good. I love that combination of like the spice with the cream cheese and everything. Sounds really good. This is still kind of melty, but I'm gonna pop it on the microwave for like 5 to 10 seconds just to make sure. I had it set up on me as soon as I try and use it when I've had it in that kind of state. Grabbing another food brush. And we're gonna add our little, like the little thing on top, the little circle. There we go. Trying to find the spoon with all the other colors. Okay, so I'm gonna try. Let's go right on top. A little bit more. Okay. It's not perfect, but I think it's the point across. I think I definitely have some troubleshooting to do with it, but it's kind of fun. Let's go back to our, I got these colors out of my, okay. We're going back to our ice cream cones. I'll shift you over here while that sets. Okay. So we can take this and, oh, I think I have, to finish off our cones, I have one of the little, come here. Oh, the red one's being a butt. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's not perfectly round, but it's gonna work for our cherry. These are the Rainbow Chip Crunch sprinkles. They're sugar cones and cake cones. Ah, I gotcha. Okay. That sounds really cool. I love that. Especially because the holiday season, like I said, is my favorite. So that sounds amazing. What was I looking for? Oh, my kitchen torch. Okay. Because we're going to use it to lightly melt that. But first we're going to finish off this one. So we're going to take a little bit of our white melts here. Not too much. More than that. Like a little bit of, I don't know, whipped cream or some sauce or something. I think a little bit more. Okay. And then we're going to just pop our cherry, if you will. I could also use like a 6-lit for a little bit bigger. So just like, focus camera. There we go. Got a beauty influencer it. So we could definitely use a little bit bigger of a topper. I think that's probably what I would do in the future, but still very fun. And I gotta keep this one upright just for a second because I don't want the white to start to droop a bit. So cute. Thank you so much. Okay, hanging out here for just a second. I'm gonna get my kitchen torch ready. And we're gonna add some sprinkles. I'm just gonna add some rainbow nonpareils to make it easy. As you can see, I'm almost out, but just in case anybody wants to see what it looks like. Okay, lightly melting our candy melts. I'm gonna keep moving, so we don't burn the melts. I think that this one is setting mostly, so I'm gonna pick this one up and try. Oh, some of the melts are actually, whoa, nope, can't pick that up. Now it really looks like a messed up ice cream cone. I might need to add some more pink melts to that to get it to be, to not show the chocolate underneath, because that's for sure, we want it to look like kind of a pink bubblegum ice cream. So cute, thank you. Until that happened. But this one is definitely the perfect one of the group right now. This one I'll just have to fix up a little bit. I have to let it set though first. And this one, are you... Ah, it's set. So here's our attempt at a beach ball. Definitely need these to be a little bit bigger and figure out a way to make it a little less clunky. I feel like if I was using like a mold, that would be really easy to have all of the colors at the same level and everything. But overall, for a quick cupcake topper for summer, not too bad with this one. Of course, I prefer ice cream in general, so I'm a little bit biased. But what do you guys think? How are we liking all the toppers? Kind of wondering. Yeah, that one, the truffle fully started to melt on the outside of that one. So this one needs to be redone. Here, I'm just gonna salvage the cone. Pop out my truffle. So even if you make a mistake, you can still salvage. And that's a treat later. Okay. Mistakes happen, and we can, I think they're adorable. I like the ice cream cone ones more. I agree. I think they're adorable, thank you, especially the melting looking one. Yeah, it was cute. I should have added the sprinkles right away. That was my bad, but we can easily fix that really quick. I had a bonus truffle over here just in case something like that might happen. So we're gonna do our little dip and then set our truffle inside. We can set it down and get it to set a little bit faster on the plate so we can redo this one really quick. And I cannot believe that tomorrow is already June. That's just crazy. This year's flying by. It still tastes good, of course, yes. Especially why I love the dark chocolate ones, because with it kind of balances out the sweetness of these melts right here. So that is my favorite. I'm gonna remelt the pink a little bit because it's starting to set. I'm gonna do like 15 seconds. And then we can clear some of the space. And scooch you on over this way. Yeah, I feel like I love the idea of having a truffle for this kind of cupcake topper, but I think that OMG, you actually made it. Kind of with this one, kind of. I feel like this one's a work in progress. I think if I were to use like the sphere molds and then like combine it, not you. Oh, you actually made it. Yay, you made it. I feel like with the sphere molds, if I were to make those, you could also stuff it with, like we talked about the ice cream cone, the actual cone part. You could stuff and make like a little cake pop topper for a cupcake. And you could make it look a little bit more even, a little bit better with the colors. But this was the attempt at the truffle version, but I'll definitely have to try and do the sphere mold and see how that turns out. Okay, these should sit. Yes. And grab your candy melts. Nice and melty again. Okay, I think these seem melty enough to be able to dip. Stuck to the plate a little bit. Okay, so we're just going to dip like before, making sure it gets fully coated. Actually, it works that we're using this truffle now because this one is strawberry dark chocolate. Okay, covering it just like that. And then we need that excess. Spread it around. Like that. And then angle it just until it's set enough to stay when you take your hand away, but I want to make sure to add the sprinkles before it starts to set as well. Okay, still not. Hold on, I'm gonna crisscross and grab the sprinkles. And we're gonna add them right now. Go, sprinkles, go. Okay, that's more than enough. But can you ever have enough sprinkles? The answer is yes. But they're always very fun to look at. Okay. Still holding this a little bit because I want it at that angle. Oh, way back in the 70s, my mother would buy the box of broken cookies at the bakery. They were cheaper and always tasted just as good. That's very true. Like broken Oreos, broken whatever kind of cookies, they always do taste the same and quite delicious. And you can also make some fun stuff with them too. Like I've seen people make like icebox cakes with them and everything. I have not tried that before, but I've been very kind of curious about those. Okay, it's staying. Yay! Okay, so as we can see, it definitely works better if you add the sprinkles before. We could have left it plain, but adding a little pop of rainbow sprinkles on top just seemed more fun. Nothing wrong with that busted truffle. Oh, of course not. That's gonna be a little treat for later. Okay, so I'm gonna let that set and I'll be posting pictures of these later, but let me know which one you guys like the best. And I'll definitely, when I try this, I'll probably posting like a shorts video or something when I try the cake pop version. And I think that one, like I said, is gonna work out much better. Maybe I'll try it today. I'm working on a little bit of cake pop stuff today. But yeah, those are our three, get you in frame here. Those are our three cupcake toppers for today. Thank you all so much for joining. If there's any last questions, make sure to pop them in the chat. What else? We have some tutorial videos coming up that I have been working on. I've mentioned them, but they are coming. I promise they are in the works. And daily shorts videos. I believe next week we start, let's see, a month of rainbow themed lives. So we have on our first week, I believe, is rainbow bark. The schedule is up there and I will be adding more to it so you can see even more that are coming up. And that's on the schedule tab as well as I believe I have the next like 6 weeks, 7 weeks or something like that, dropping tomorrow on the community tab. The melted cone is my favorite. Yeah, it's so much fun. Omdra looks so good, +1 sub. Oh, thank you so much for subbing. I really appreciate that. What else? I think that is all for today. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat before we get off. But of course, you can also comment later when this video gets posted if you missed any part of it. Thanks for sharing your talents. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for being here too, and especially for being active in the chats. I love getting to chat with all of you during the lives and everything. I think that's it for today. I hope that everybody stays cool. It's already starting to warm up here in California, so stay cool as it starts to really heat up with the summer weather. And I hope that everybody has a really, really great weekend, and I will see you very soon. Okay, bye.